She's got 2 articles. One of them is, why isn't anyone helping me? Her second one is, I thought I was ready, but I f***ed up. So it sounds like what we're going to be running into now is, I don't want to feel indebted to my friends. I need to disperse me fobbing off my responsibility onto dozens or even hundreds of people so that I don't feel like I owe them anything, because they all help a little bit. We have a fantastic story to read. Spoilers. Spoilers. Did I see the Dark Viper AU drama? Not really, I don't really go on the computer. I saw that he DMCA'd Chud Logic, and I'm aware that he's a speedrunner. And something about him not liking, like, streamers who do React stuff. Well, not really, all he does, surely, is react to video games. Just saying. I think, okay, look, video game playing streaming content falls under the umbrella of React content. It's just interactive reaction content. And especially if you're a speedrunner, because you're going to be following an optimized path, there's even less of you in it than someone who's just blindly playing a game. So it's even more just like React content without you adding anything if you're a speedrunner trying to follow an optimized path. I think interactive is inherently just React content. I don't mean because you're reacting to something, so it's React content. No, I mean it's because you're showing an audience something someone else made and engaging with it. When most of what's on the stream is their stuff, is someone else's creation. Pretty much the same. Anyway, the point is just that the distinction between React and whatever non-React content isn't as strong or as wide or as well defined as some people would suggest it is. The content format of I'm playing a video game and talking to you versus I'm watching a video and talking about it and talking to you, it's not that different. It's not very different. Pure game lords would wish to cope otherwise, but no, it's pretty similar. Depends on how much skills match to the game. That affects how you consider the gaming content, but I think there's a similar sliding scale in React content, in that it depends on what the person is doing with the video. For example, what if it's like a hyper-intelligent, mega-intellectual debunk of something else that requires a high level of intelligence to engage with? Where I would say is very different to watching a cartoon and going, ha ha ha, that's funny! Ha ha ha, that's funny! Similar to there's a scale in games, there's also a scale in React content. Which is part of why I don't think it's the meme of there's a large difference within React content and within gaming content than there is between gaming and React content. You get what I'm saying? I'm surprised no one's raged at what's on screen right now. I can't believe we're actually having a discussion while this is on the screen. I didn't think chat would handle it. This might surprise you, but I am a single mother. Want to give me a hand with the groceries? This is written by Alexandra Collier and was published by the Sydney Morning Herald 9 months ago. Perhaps she has another child at this point. If you would like to see the author, there she is. Very nice. Friendly smile. Friendly resource-sucking smile. She writes, as I haul multiple shopping bags from my boot, while my toddler skitters between parked cars, my neighbor nods hello from his back porch, while ashing his cigarette. Oh, and you want this guy near your child? You want a man surrounded by a cloud of cancer near your child? Irresponsible. Each week, despite knowing that I am a solo mother by choice with a donor-conceived son and no partner at home, my neighbor watches me teeter inside, a leaning tower of motherhood with hefty bags and a yelling child attached to my shins. I wouldn't, if he knows you chose it, I wouldn't say despite. It might even be because you're in that situation absolutely 100% by choice deliberately. Maybe that's why he doesn't give a fuck. Also, real talk, carrying groceries just isn't a big deal at all. I don't get it. It's real easy. I don't know. Contradiction. Contradiction detected. Is it skittering around or attached to the shin? True. I smile brightly and say hello. but my mind is a static of expletives. Why doesn't he offer to F help? Why doesn't he offer? Maybe he doesn't want to go near your kid while he's surrounded by cancer gas. Yeah. F-A-G-G-O. No, it's not that word. I counted the dashes. I counted the dashes. Perhaps she was calling him a German oboe. Anyway, here's the bit you guys are gonna love. I just read it. Wait, F-U-C-K-I-N-G? Does indeed. It's. Why are people. No, the joke is that it's. But we're pretending it's something else, okay? It's not entirely my neighbor's fault. I could ask him to help, but I don't. This is the child, the demon ant. Honestly, she probably would give birth to something like that. I could ask him to help, but I don't. What's stopping me? I consciously chose this solo path, of course, and I embraced all the work and self-reliance it would entail. You're talking about carrying groceries! That said, I know plenty of other mothers with partners and multiple jobs who often need an extra set of hands. By extra, does she mean a third? Or does she mean the partner isn't helping, so someone else has to help? I don't know about need as well. No, you don't need it. If you need an extra set of hands, why is your child alive? If you need the extra set of hands to do it, your kid's dead because you don't have something you need, you would like, would benefit from. Guess what? The people who are not helping you, in a sense, benefit from having not spent that energy. So if it's just about benefiting, they benefit from not helping you. F*** off. If this were a town square 100 years ago, my neighbor would no doubt get off his arse and help carry my bags. Or watch my child. I don't want strangers watching my kids. He would no doubt be a kind pedophile, stalking my child and helping me to get close to his bounty. No, what do you mean? Or watch my child while I do the return trip to get the second load. I'm not gonna warp that, okay? I'm not gonna warp that. You also would have been stoned to death for stealing and inseminating yourself. Yeah, look, the first load you took is a big enough problem, apparently. You don't need a second one. But parenting and all its attendant domestic minutiae has become increasingly atomized. Is she a white nationalist YouTuber? The only people who say fucking this atomized society we live in are like white nationalist, old white nationalist YouTubers from like 2015. What's going on, big guy, Sydney Morning Herald? I don't ask my neighbor to help, because my generation of parents has swallowed the belief that parenting should be shouldered alone. Alone as in like everyone should be a single parent? What do you mean? What generation are you? How old are you? Who the f*** are you? How old are you? What generation is this? Her latest article is, I thought I was ready to have a baby on my own. 4 words made me stop and think. She's got 2 articles. One of them is, why isn't anyone helping me? Her second one is, I thought I was ready, but I f***ed up. What? Who sent this to me? This is fucking warped. I don't think that's real. What generation thinks parenting should be shouldered alone? I'd suggest that it just sort of happens because people are more isolated. People don't have the same sort of friend groups, broader community they're enmeshed into as much anymore. It's easier to like fall through the social cracks. But I don't think that's a belief that it should be shouldered alone. It just happens, right? Whether you're a parent or not. Many people have moved away from their hometowns to other cities or countries and find themselves without the support of family or the easy reliance on old friends. Yeah, that's what happens. They don't believe it should be shouldered alone. That's a normative claim. That's not descriptive. This is normative. They believe it should be alone. This is explaining why. Not saying it should or not. Again, parenting, instead of being shared, has become isolating, exhausting, and expensive. This isn't supporting the claim that people have adopted a normative belief that parenting should be shouldered alone. We believe that by asking a friend to babysit or a neighbor to carry our groceries, we become a burden. If you're not like giving anything else in return, yeah, you will eventually, for sure. Yeah. We'd rather pay a stranger to enter the intimate, ecstatic, and porridge-smeared corners of our life than feel indebted to a friend. Yeah, but then you're not alone. You've paid a stranger. Not getting free help is different to going it alone. This is a totally different thing. This is a totally different thing to. We should shoulder it alone. This is, I'd rather not feel indebted to my friends. If you're going to feel indebted to your friends, or feel like a burden, it's probably because you are a burden and they don't get anything out of that relationship, and you're aware of that. Instead, be someone your friends would like to help and who your friends can turn to for help, and you won't have that problem. Simple as. Otherwise, yeah, pay a stranger. That's fine. They get money, you get your kids looked after. Or pay your friend! You guys, right? This has to have been a thing you've experienced. You've been paid by like a family friend to babysit a younger kid, like when you were a teenager, right? That's gotta still be a thing, right? No? I'm part of a movement that is trying to reclaim a village model of parenting. You're kickstarting your baby. You are crowdfunding the support of your baby. Alright. So it sounds like what we're going to be running into now is, I don't want to feel indebted to my friends. I need to disperse me fobbing off my responsibility onto dozens or even hundreds of people so that I don't feel like I owe them anything, because they all help a little bit. Cancer. Trash. What are the odds that in that model she ever talks about her contribution? No! Her contribution is that people get to experience the joy of interacting with her child. She's gonna say she's spreading the joy of her child, who she doesn't want to do everything for. Not that she's gonna contribute something. As American author and solo mum Mickey Morissette writes, the goal of a single parent is not to raise our children alone. The goal is to consciously create the village in which we and our children will thrive. It's called being a sociopath and using people as if they're just a meaningless, worthless resource whose existence is there only to benefit you. Nice. Cool. Actual cuckoo mindset. Each week, despite my discomfort, I push against the belief that I must be self-sufficient. You should go for that. You should aim for that, yeah. Because the vulnerability that comes with dependency is not good. The vulnerability that comes with dependency is not good. Now, it is good to be self-sufficient. It's also nice if you can get help as well. You can be capable. Okay, let me put it this way. You should be capable of self-sufficiency. But it would be nice to have help. Right? I get by with a lot of help from parents. I get by with a lot of help from my parents. Wait, I get by with a lot of help from my parents. Only now? My brother and the angels I pay, like childcare educators and babysitters. She painted herself as hardcore suffering going it alone when she gets help from her parents, her brother, people she pays, multiple babysitters, multiple childcare educators, and occasionally she asks friends. You're hyper not going it alone at all, not even slightly. Another mother is watching my son so I can write these words. Okay, and you Do you look after the other mother's kids? Do you reciprocate this favor? Are you going to mention what you contribute to other people? It goes without saying that the task of parenting falls mostly squarely upon the aching backs of mothers. And beyond that, to other women who work for paltry wages, pay them more than, to care for our children or wipe our kitchen benches. These poor women I employ work for paltry wages. It's practically slavery. Oh man, and I'm going it alone, except for these women I've enslaved. What the is this? As New Yorker columnist Gia Tolentino writes, many of the modern rituals of motherhood, the all-female baby shower, the all-mommy WhatsApp group, that is like gossip stuff, right? This isn't like society has crushed us. Also, this is an article about her being part of a generation that has learned to believe that you should be totally alone. By the way, let me quote this columnist talking about how it's typical for people to have an all-mother WhatsApp group. You have a support group, you dementoid. You're not alone at all if that's normal, and you have that. These things teach that caregiving is a project for women to figure out with other women. I mean, for sure, if you voluntarily become a solo mother, yes. But what if we all saw ourselves as parents? What if we all saw ourselves as parents, no matter our gender or our parental status? I mean, you're gonna go in for what? Like the pedo audience? What do you mean? To some degree, everyone has I believe, personally, to some degree, all adults have a responsibility of protection towards children. That doesn't mean I'm the dad of every child. That's very fucking different. It's more about understanding their vulnerability. As a single parent, I'm not the only one who could benefit from more support. Married straights, queer couples, single dads, foster parents, grandparents, all of us gain from raising our children collectively. Primarily the people who've decided to have a kid, though, right? Primarily the people who are most effective at manipulating others and getting more from others than they give. That's who benefits the most. Do you know what ESS is? Do you know what an evolutionarily stable strategy is? Do we go into this? I don't know if I'm awake enough to go into this. In other words, not in other words, I haven't described it to begin with. In short, a reason she can't get the scenario she wants is probably because when that scenario occurs, it gets abused by selfish people, leading to the people who would help no longer helping because they get taken for a sucker. So that behavior dies out because the people who exploit it kill it. Is the very, very, very short way of talking about it. If you want this system, you need to make it work for everyone. Most of the people who are going to be involved in this system are going to be people who don't have kids, benefiting people who have kids. Fucking why? Why would they do that? At this point, you might be thinking, I'm here! I'm willing to help! I don't think anyone is thinking that. Let me tell you how. Offer to carry shopping inside. Very creepy. Hey, single mother, can I come inside your house? Put the child into a car seat! Yoink! Does it have to be that child's parents' car, or can it be my car? What do you mean, put a child into a car seat? Just start. No, I'm gonna go to the supermarket. If I see one of those little fuckers and an open car door, he's going in the seat. I'm strapping him in. I'm gonna bring some rope to the supermarket and just start tying children onto cars. Lift a pram up the stairs. No, I'm not exposing myself to that level of liability. Ask a mother if she needs to go to the bathroom. Hey, baby, you shit with those cheeks? No. Hey, before you part ways, what do you mean? Wait! So, I'm gonna meet a mother by grabbing... I'm gonna grab someone's kid, slam them into a car and tie them to the seat, and then say to the mother, hey, before I leave, do you need to shit? And then run away, I guess. I don't know. Pick up some groceries or coffee on your way over. We'll pay you back, we promise. Just give stuff. Just give free stuff to women with kids, says woman with child. No! No! F you. If you're sitting at home scrolling away your evening, then relocate your screen time to my place so that I can step into the night air as my child sleeps. What? Just rearrange your entire life so I can do whatever I want. Maybe you shouldn't have shoved that turkey baster up your puss. Make concrete suggestions. Food! Give me food! Wah! Feed me! If I have a child, then I become your child! Feed me! Or furniture assemblage, or taking my son to the playground for an hour. She shouldn't have a kid. Some guy sees, hey, nice kid, mind if I take him to the playground for an hour? You call the police, you don't say thank you. What the... Know that I'm capable as hell, but I'm also constantly tired and often stretched thin. Know that I can't drive across town to meet you for a social outing, as my child will whine all the way there. I mean, that doesn't necessarily stop you, but I don't want to deal with your kid either. Take the emotional load. Oh, hey, are you ready to take my emotional load? I'm gonna cry as I all over your face. It's the most emotional load you'll ever take. Take the emotional load of finding a cafe with a playground attached that is between our... Lady, I think anyone who's gonna...
Harmful opinions.
Yo.
My God.
Hobo Beard, thank you so much for the tier 3 for 55 months. Everyone for a huge salvo, please. But, as I was saying, I think anyone who's offering to just, like, take your kid to a playground, just wants to grab your kid and fondle him and, like, put him into a car seat, I think he already knows where all the playgrounds are. And which ones have cafes near them. I think he spends a lot of time at those cafes attached to playgrounds. That is between our homes so we can meet there. Come over and make me dinner. What will you get out of it? The same in return? You will look after my child? No. You will get the giggling hilarity of my toddler as he hurls himself onto your back. You will gain a sense that we are all part of a messy, connected family. No, this is how you get, like a guy helps a woman and then has to pay child support because the child has a bond with him or something. This is insane. This is insane. This is mental. This is illness. I think really I became a single mother on purpose so that every man in the world can be my child's father. Hold on. You know what this lady makes me think of, though? That paragraph, though.
About your selfish squandering of your reparation money. I shared mine. You, however, have given nothing back to the community.
What? That's not true. I brought you the greatest gift of all. A child's laughter.
Why the question mark? Does it make sense now? Although I don't know if you could hear that. Alright, okay. You will be inoculated against loneliness. Oh. Peter gets paid reparations He blows it all on stuff for himself, whereas all the other members of the black community spent it on things to help each other. They call Peter out for it and he says, "That's not true. I didn't squander it. I got you the greatest gift of all, the gift of a child's laughter." And then he laughs. There you go. You will be inoculated against loneliness. I can't think of anything more lonely than looking after the child of a voluntarily single mother as she goes out and tries to like find cum to make another one. I can't think of anything more lonely than that. You'll know that you're needed and required and loved. That you have a purpose. Real talk. Don't kill yourself. Because this isn't a real scenario. This isn't real. This would never happen. But if the choice is being purposeless, meaningless, and having no reason to live, and being this lady's fucking weirdo friend zone slave, just kill yourself. It's better. It's better. That will never happen. You have a purpose. You can pick any purpose you want. Don't let her manipulate you into believing to have value. You need to feed her and look after her children for you. But if that were a real scenario and not just some weirdo bullshit that this psycho broad has come up with, then yes, kill yourself instead of helping her. 100%. 100%. That you have a purpose, a part in this sacred and smeared job. Or don't kill yourself. Have your own kid. If it's that good, why wouldn't they just have their own kid instead of borrowing yours? And then ask her for help, unless she's a hypocrite, of course. True, true. I'll help her, but she has to cook for me. I'll cook for her for a year if she cooks for me for a year first. I don't believe she can cook. I don't want that. No. You are here to raise a child, to teach it about words and weather, and the crime of and the crime statistics of the FBI. No, and the crime of double dipping. You can show a kid how to be in the world. To teach him to be a person who stands up from his porch and asks, "Need a hand?" What about also not smoking, like the guy at the start was? How about you teach your kid to bring your groceries in? Good point. You ever seen a subsistence farmer? They have like 20 kids because they expect 18 of them to die. You do it. Do that. Yeah. Start doing that. Bring that to the West. Again, I mean, that's how it was in the past, much further back than it is in certain parts of the world, but, yeah, just have tons of kids. Have tons of kids, like, "Hey, Jimmy, you can walk now?" BAM! Entire cart of groceries on his ass. He either sinks or swims. If he dies, he wasn't worth living anyway. Anyway, yeah, that was an article about why you should be a cuckold for every single mother. The next article she wrote for this outlet was, "I thought I was ready to have a baby on my own. 4 words made me stop and think." Blah, blah, blah. I'm scanning this. This seemed boring as hell. Finally, a woman with an infant curled in her lap said, "You're not ready yet." That's a good quote, yeah. "Everyone loves a baby," Mara said. "I had 2 for breakfast." This is like a... Oh, it's an extract from her book. It's controversy bait. I wonder how her book did. Let's see how her book did. £15 for her book? Oh. She has a book on... Yeah. Wait, on Kindle it's £3.99. Inconceivable, Heartbreak, Bad Dates, and Finding Solo Motherhood. Wait, she couldn't find the right man, so she gave birth to him? Yo, the police need to look into this. She's 100% gonna that kid. 100%. I can't find the right man, so I'm raising the right man. Watch out! Her writing has appeared in The Guardian. Why am I not surprised? Mina reviewed the book and said, "What solo mum go through? Story of a brave girl when boys are not committed to relationships." Right. Thank you. What else we got? Got any more info? What's her name? Alexandra. The Guardian? Alexandra Collier. Women's fertility problems are not theirs to bear alone? Generally true, but I imagine she'll have an absolutely f***ing insane take on it. What is this? Dementoid. When did I decide to become a solo mother by choice? I have so many answers, but none are true. That child is in danger. Any child in Yeah, actually, no, we should be raising her child, as in our taxes should be paying for the child to be raised in some form of institution. What the f***? When did you know that you wanted to be a solo mum? Reporters and friends and strangers often ask me. No, they don't. They wait for a story of a life-altering revelation that crystallized my decision and rerouted my path. That's because the way we tell and write stories, the heroine is usually catapulted out of her life by an event. Lightning strikes, strangers collide, a ringing phone brings the news. And everything changes. I've crafted various answers to those asking when I choose to become a mother on my own. Are you the Joker? What do you mean? I'm a writer after all. I can spin a winning I'm a writer after all. I can spin a winning anecdote, but none of them are true. Like, what is this? I often tell people that I knew I'd try for solo motherhood after the final breakup, when I realized through sobs that I wasn't mourning the man I was losing, but the future family we'd never make. Insane level of dangerous mental illness. What is going on? There were solo mum support meetings. You have support meetings, you f***ing liar! Oh, I'm so alone. My generation believes being a mother should be a solo pursuit that no one should help you with. By the way, in my other article, I'm going to talk about all the solo mum support meetings I went to, all the texts with friends. Ill person. Very, very, very sick person. Very dangerous person. Stay away. That's my review of these articles. Very scary person. Actual, real life, the Dark Knight Joker. Want to know how I got this cum? I don't know what would her Joker style quote be? Want to know how I got this kid? Yeah. Want to know how I got this kid? My daddy was a drinker. Oh no. You wouldn't handle 15 minutes of single mom rant TikTok. Is that a challenge? Babe, did you just send me a hobosexual t-shirt? Hang on. View product. Hobosexual, a person who dates you with the sole purpose of having a place to stay? What the f***? Wait, is that actually you? F*** you. I ain't calling them equal until they stop wearing makeup. I think beards are the balance for makeup. Beards are like man makeup. Although, enough men wear makeup now that makeup is man makeup. To be fair. It's been equalized by so many men wearing makeup. Well, do they? Whenever I go to a shopping center, more of the billboards for makeup are men wearing makeup than women wearing makeup. Why don't I have a beard? Because I'm not a liar. Simple as. Wait, what am I looking for? Single mother TikTok? Alright. Delusional single moms on TikTok? What? The pick me to boy mom pipeline is real and dangerous? What does that even fucking mean? That's what I did, Moisten. It was horrendous. Do I have to actually go on TikTok to find these instead of just people reacting to these? Do I have to go on TikTok? Boy moms are moms who raise boys and don't treat them like broken girls? Let's start looking at this. By the way, I consider watching a YouTube video to be reading. Just for context. This is a video. We'll see if this is worth looking at. It's probably not, so we'll just skip it and then go to Minesweeper or some shit. But this is someone called Salem or Salem Tovar. The video is called "The Pick Me to Boy Mom Pipeline is Real and Dangerous." She has 643,000 subs, and this video has 1.7 million views, 109,000 upvotes. I know what a pick me is. I'm not familiar with boy moms.
I love my 4 kids equally, but that last little boy just hits different.
You let your little boy hit? What do you mean? Am I getting my Zoomer slang mixed up? No, I know what she means. It's kinda... I feel like if I were a parent, I wouldn't put content online where I talk about which child I prefer. That seems kinda... I wanna imagine I'd have an instinct against doing that.
Getting rid of my girls for the weekend so I have the fade child all to myself.
Presumably that... Well, hopefully that's a joke, but I wouldn't fucking put that online, because what if, even as a joke, what if your fucking little kid sees that? What if your fucking little kid sees that? And here's the thing, if it isn't a joke, the kids know. The kids know. They absolutely know.
This video of a mom.
Wait, that's the mom? I thought it was a girlfriend.
And this
That's
is
weird.
There's this weird trend on
I have to agree with this man.
TikTok of these boy moms who shame
Teaching my son to cook so he's not impressed by your frozen pizza daughter. This I feel like is a totally different category of video. This I don't think would hurt her child. It's exploitative in a sense, of course. I think generally you should not put anything of your kids out publicly online. I think you should not do that at all. However, in terms of the content created in itself being a risk to the well-being, emotional well-being of your child, I don't think this is. This feels more like a joke to me than the other one, and the other one could be a joke, but I wouldn't fuck with it.
shaming these future partners of their baby boys.
Ladies, your son is not meant to fill every masculine role in your life. He's not your guardian,
True.
your protector, your boyfriend, your boo. He's your son. He's your child.
True.
You see, pick-me women tend to be in...
Is this the, like, womanosphere? Is it like men have Andrew Tate and then women learn not to f their kids? What? like, what?
secure, and they rely on men for their validation. So when these women have sons, they have new men they can get validation from because their husbands failed them. And this is why they struggle so much when their sons get married, because they can't stand to be second fiddle to any other woman.
Toxic moms are competitive with their daughters because they see them as competition for love and affection and attention.
I've seen this occur. I don't know about the toxic mom terminology. My first girlfriend's mom was weird.
My ex, he had a mom. When he turned 18 and went off to college, guess what she did? She went and got a dorm and went off to the same college. Gross.
I'm sure it's true. Look, I meant to say that sarcastically, but here's the thing. Wait, would they let? Wait a second. Aren't dorms reserved for students? Did she enroll? Wait, I don't know enough about this. I'm an education lit. I'm sure similar things have happened, though.
Dear toxic TikTok.
It's literally what she said. Oh, did she say she enrolled?
My ex, he had a mom. When he turned 18 and went off to college, guess what she did? She went and got a dorm and went off to the same college. Gross.
Got a dorm and went off to the same college. Yeah, but, like, got a dorm room and just went there, or actually enrolled? Presumably enrolled. I don't know. Could be real or not.
Gross.
Dear toxic TikTok boy moms, your relationship with your son is not cute, it's not quirky, it is very weird, it's giving Sigmund Freud, and it's giving internal.
You can get 1.7 million views with this take? Let's fucking go.
Misogyny. And it's also giving you low-key want to date your own son. Y'all are weird.
Anyways, let's get into this video, you guys.
Here I am, back at it again. My name is Salem, and welcome back to my
I no longer support either side. What the f is that?
On my last video, I said I was going to be more consistent uploading. I've just been kind of really busy prioritizing family, which is like my favorite thing in the world. But you know what my second favorite thing is?
Injecting poison into my lips. Presumably.
So the topic of family and motherhood and children and all of these things have definitely been on my mind a lot. Specifically,
Boy moms. You are his mom?
Her mouth gives me the same sensation as when I see like a horrible gore video on Twitter. I feel like really upset, but I can't stop looking.
His first love, his first friend. You'll be his first kiss.
We are going to pretend we didn't hear that.
There's just something so different about raising a boy. I can't explain. Being a boy mom is the best feeling. It's truly falling in love.
Is this like that Nicole Kidman movie where her husband's reincarnated as her child? Was that a thing? I have a vague memory of that being a movie. I wish I was a boy mom. I tried 4 times and now I have 4 girls.
I wish I was a boy mom. I tried 4 times, now I have 4 girls.
hopefully they never see that you commented this. The reason why I'm so interested in this topic is because I don't have a brother. I have 2 older sisters. It almost felt like I grew up in like a mini matriarchy because even my older sister gave birth to like 4 girls before having the—
What is this editing shit? It's making me sick. It's making me really ill. Like the subject on screen and the camera like going boom, boom, zzz, boom, boom, zzz. Fucking
very first
stop!
In our family.
Stop!
My parents did a really good job.
Why?
I'm very proud of my sisters and I. But sometimes I have this thought, what if my sisters and I—
Sometimes I think when my brain cells rub together,
we're all boys. Would my mom have treated us completely different or raised us completely different?
Because for some reason, it seems that some moms go absolutely feral as soon as they have a baby boy.
Their content is all about being a mother of a boy. And I find—
Doesn't the sex of the kid you're gestating affect your hormones as well? Could potentially explain some of it, right?
This concept completely crazy because of how I was raised. I will never know what it's like to have a brother or what it would have looked like for my mom to raise a boy because we just didn't have one in our family. But I have seen people who are—
Methinks the lady doth protest too much.
Very close to us or that we grew up with be boy moms, even though they don't have an Instagram or TikTok. You can be a mom and have a boy, right? But that doesn't necessarily make you a boy mom.
Incredible. There's probably, I don't know, 200,000 people at least who watched this video and reacted to that sentence with, "Oh, yeah, that makes sense." And they should all die.
A mom who has a boy has a normal relationship with their child that is healthy and nice and nurturing, and the way that they raise their boy is completely normal. They let their child have free reign.
This might be a little bit more intellectual than Seanhead's videos. At the very least, I think so far she hasn't just fucking fucked up and said things are true that just aren't. What we got? It's 1.7, 400. What are we calling this? Typical like averaging at like 300-400k overall with rougher months, but with spike videos. Elder Scrolls race. Let me see her again. I'm thinking high elf.
So they're not thinking about how
I'd say she's Altmer. Altmer with dried hair. Dyed hair.
they're going to hate their
Wood elf? Bosmer?
future
Maybe.
daughter-in-law or anything like that, because they are a child and they are not yet in that phase of their life. However,
I'm thinking she looks pretty yellowy though.
the boy mom hates any future
Although I have a really strong blue light filter on, which makes everything yellow. So
female that is going to be even in 5 feet of their boy's proximity of breathing and living. These boy moms are making TikToks
the
about
fuck was that fucking subliminal flash to your face? What are you doing?
their partners, about how they're going to hate their future daughters-in-law, how they want to badly be the first
Some of these people are joking though. I bet some of these people don't even have kids.
kiss of their boys, and it's giving very much incense vibes. I can't say the actual word, but you guys know what I'm trying to say.
Okay, fine. I was gonna lose my fucking shit. She's doing the thing. She's doing the like saying PDF file thing.
It's giving no boundaries. It's giving internalized misogyny. It's giving
Internalized misogyny. Misogyny isn't like hating any one woman, okay? Stop it.
pick me. I already know that this video is gonna land me in hot water, because whenever I talk about parents or parenting styles or whatever, the first thing that people always say is like,
you don't have a kid. You don't get it.
First of all, I don't need to have a kid to be an observer to know when behavior is wrong when it comes to an interaction of a mother and a child dynamic. Second of all,
Dynamic? How many words did she just spend saying so? I can still see that's fucked.
was a kid, so thank you. And I'm
It wasn't even that many words. She just spoke so slowly.
here to debunk every single one of their arguments that they bring up whenever people call them out for this behavior. I'm here to talk about why it's wrong, why it's weird, why there's
Talk about why it's wrong? Oh, why it's wrong. Okay.
double standards. Yes, double standards, because they would never act this way if they had a daughter.
But mostly
Right, but they'd probably argue that having a son is different to having a daughter, so it should be different. Double standards is a problem if it's arbitrary and you can't argue that it's necessary or based on something reasonable.
I want to talk about the dangers.
Not that they're not demented. These moms, if this is legit what they think and how they behave, then yeah, it's fucked. But it being a double standard doesn't matter unless you can show that it's arbitrary and there's no reason for it. And I don't think it's even worth going that far down that road.
Of the pick-me to toxic boy mom to monster-in-law pipeline.
Wildfang says this is just sounding like the flip side of dads that are overprotective of their daughters. I'd say yeah, definitely similar vibes to what is it? The thing where they have a prom where only the dad dances with the girl and has to be like recognized as their first love and first dance and stuff like that. Purity prom where you just dance with your dad or some shit.
Yes, it is that deep. But first, you guys know the drill. I gotta pay my bills. So here's a word from our sponsor.
Oh no,
Jenny
what is
Kane.
Oh my god, fall is finally here and I'm so happy.
Stop with the zoom!
Heat wave, and I'm so
it's too fast. I do zooms if I have a bunch of static images, but I do it slow.
Cold and cozy winter, the pumpkin spice, pumpkin patches.
Did she think, oh my god, I'm gonna make my ad read super premium. I'm gonna get closer to my mic for top quality because I don't have to worry about the camera. It's gonna sound so much better. So guys, here's a lot of my sponsor and do you like pumpkin spice?
But most importantly, my fall wardrobe. Jenny Kane.
Hey guys, check this out. Probably sound like a robot. I probably sound like a robot. Hold on. I'm talking about
I'm going to do a mic to see if it fixes it.
there is a Blue Yeti. I switched mics. I've got the Blue Yeti. If it's the sound card, that's way easier to fix. If it's the mic, done. If it's the sound card, I can replace it. What mic? It's a Neumann TLM 103. But I think the Neumann is, the mic is probably fine. It's probably the interface. I don't think Neumann dies from you getting too close to it. Alright? Yeah, it's what, about £800? Anyway, what are we doing now? I'm sorry, I'm not really feeling like, I feel like I'm not in the mood to keep doing the React stuff. I'm a bit stressed, okay? Oh, I just randomly picked the video, don't worry. Hex isn't responsible this time, so don't dox him this time.